the files of the deceased, the believers and unbelievers, remain open until the second coming. By files, they mean what some of us have seen, okay, and what is the Christian doctrine, the Christian Orthodox doctrine. We have an angel that records every thought and every action of ours. They're able to record every thought and every action, good and bad. And these remain open until the second coming of Christ. And now I'll tell you what I experienced at one point. I experienced one of my recording angels recording my life, and at one point that book was opened. And I was shocked when I learned that. And then later on I read it in a book concerning Christian Orthodoxy. Another thing I experienced was a dream I had concerning it was a very strange thing. It was like a rapture. And I looked back and there was somebody from my family very close to me that was held by two demons, okay? But he didn't know it. And I was looking back, and there was someone, like a person, like an angel, I guess, lifting me and the rest of my family towards Christ. And I was looking back, and I was calling the name of that person, and the spirit that was it was a man, an angel, lifting us up, was telling me, it's too late, forget him. And then I still remember that dream, and it was so vivid. I opened up the Holy Bible the next morning, and the passage that fell was telling me the exact dream I had in detail. Even the ending of the dream, when we were up and we were proceeding in a place where people were going left and right, and also in front of me, and they were settling in these places. And the Bible said that these are the rooms that Christ has prepared for us, okay, in the mansion of God. And those who go further into what the passage says, the heart of God, the heart of Christ. It was his heart. Deeper into his heart, if you're, more of a really righteous person, pious person. Now, I went to my father confessor and I told him about this dream. And he says, yes, you have the right to pray for all your deceased and all those still living, even all your ancestors going back to Adam, right? Up to the second coming. And that's where we have commemorative services for our deceased relatives as well, and friends, because it helps them. It helps their soul. They can't do anything about praying from where they are, but we can pray for them from here. Now, going to this article, the files of the deceased believers and unbelievers remain open until the second coming. The files remain open until the second coming of Christ and are subject to alterations in proportion to the people and the efforts of the church in action. The files are affected with the memorial services, the commemorative services, the 40-day liturgies, the charity and almsgiving, and the prayers that are made in their name. There are also people who died with 100% hell, and until the second coming they will be found with 1,000% hell. Someone will ask, he died, how does he sin? His file is affected in proportion to his unbelief. There are those, for example, some writers who wrote blasphemous books about the Christian faith and reading them are harmed. And this is, for example, Kazantzakis, Nikos Kazantzakis. On the contrary, the Holy Saint John Chrysostom, with the rich writings that he has left us as a legacy, helps spiritually those who read his books, and thus his shares in heaven increase. That is, the sins or good deeds of many that they have done in this world follow them beyond the grave. And that is why no one knows how they will find themselves in the final judgment. This is by Father Dimitris Panagopoulos. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support, and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.